I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kinda like giving your fame away.
Anyways, hey y'all. Welcome to my TED Talk. Like, I'm literally gonna just be talking my shit all the time. So we gonna have a real good time. This is Gay Talk with K Talk, episode 1. I'm outside right now. Today I went to work. I worked at 8 a.m. and I was thinking about this video the whole entire time I was working, and I was like, I am not satisfied with the way that it had looked because I had already filmed the video actually twice. I filmed one time on like Tuesday and another time on Wednesday, and I just did not like the way that anything had came out. So I just decided, but I had already posted on my Instagram that I'm going to be posting this at 3 o'clock today. But I had made the executive decision to essentially still post today, but just later, because I wasn't happy with any of the outcomes. So yeah, it's crazy because this is my third time filming it, and it's probably going to be completely different because everything that I'm usually saying is coming off the top of my head. But yeah, I really hope y'all enjoy this. Get y'all some snacks. The next episode I will be having like a questionnaire up and like a little voiceover. I want like essentially to have people send me a couple of like voiceovers so I can put them in the video, and it could be more of an interview style in certain episodes. But my next episode, I do know that I want it to be not alone. So we're gonna see who is gonna be in my next episode. I'm not sure who, but in this episode it's just me talking my shit. This episode here is gonna be about the beginning. Not the beginning of, well, yeah, the beginning of everything. This is the beginning of this series and this podcast. So I essentially want to create this for younger Black men who are gay or trans or anything, and make them feel safe, essentially. Like, but also have fun. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into episode 1. Episode 1 is going to be about the beginning of essentially my journey and just giving some advice about how to maneuver, because being a part of the LGBTQ community is sometimes a very scary thing, which it shouldn't be, but that's how, media has made it. It's been a bad thing to be gay or lesbian, in which it shouldn't be, because it shouldn't be a bad thing, because if everyone is supposed to be who they're meant to be, then there should be nothing that is unacceptable, because everyone is going to be who they want to be. But yeah, so we're gonna start. I have down the beginning, finding who you are, masc versus femme, what those terms mean, coming out to family and friends, or staying in the closet, and which is best for you on your personal journey. The beginning of finding who you are is always very scary. I think that it depends on comfortableness within yourself and how you were brought up. If you were raised in a certain way and certain qualities and opinions were instilled in you from such a young age, it can definitely tarnish your personal growth as you become an adult. So I think that overall, people should always make their kids, their family, everyone comfortable, because no one knows what's actually going on inside of, another person. Being yourself does not mean exaggerating yourself. If you are an extra person, then you are an extra person. If you're loud, then you're loud. If you're quiet, then you're quiet. If you're sad, you're sad. But that does not. Your actions don't always define how you actually feel. And that's why it is such a controversial topic. Anyways, I guess that's why it's such a controversial topic to either come out or be in the closet. I think that personally, I was in the closet for a couple of years, like my younger years, where I knew that I was gay, but I did not want to tell anybody just because of the fact that it was instilled in me that gay is not right. To be gay was just something that was so shunned upon, and growing up around younger straight men playing football especially, it was so eye-opening, the amount of people that I had around me, and I was gay. It didn't matter in that moment if I was gay or not, because nobody was wondering about it, so it didn't mean a thing. And when it would come to girl talk, I just simply would not. I'm not having sex. I'm not, because at the time I wasn't. So I didn't have anything to talk about at all when it came to that, but I guess now I do. But that can just, being an athlete, being anything that you want to be, and being gay, it just seems impossible to some people, and it's definitely possible. You could definitely be an astronaut and be gay. You could be a president and be gay. Be anyone and be gay, or straight, or lesbian, or anything that you identify as. So I think that finding peace within yourself will also help find peace when you look around. The lighting is changing so much, because I'm filming outside, and it's just anyways. But yeah, so I definitely think that if you're not in a comfortable spot to come out, then there's nothing wrong with being in the closet. There's nothing wrong with being DL, as long as you're not playing with other people's feelings when it comes to being DL. A lot of DL men tend to play with gay men's feelings, and that's where exposing comes out, or bad reps of gay people can start because of one experience. I think that one experience being told does not qualify to give anyone a reason to have a certain feeling towards that whole population of people. If one person, the very first person ever, let's say he told someone who his DL was, that shouldn't give everyone else the right to feel a harsh way towards the entire community because of that one person's mistake. That's not fair at all to the community or the people that are in it. So, but a lot of stuff these days really depends on if you're masculine or feminine. It wouldn't matter so much if you're gay in social environments, because a lot of the world now, I think, is femophobic, which is essentially how I think that homophobia began. I do think that there are some homophobic people. I think that there are some people that genuinely do not like gay people at all, just because they are gay. And I do think that there are some people that like gay people or do not mind being around gay people who are not feminine, if that makes sense. Certain men would not want to be seen with a gay man that has on a wig because he has on a wig, but that's his way of expressing himself. So after I feel like people can express themselves freely and people not be judged for liking what they want, then the world will be a better place, of course. But there will also be more comfortable gay men, and the topic between coming out, being able to come out, being comfortable enough to come out, that would be definitely an option for people who may be in the closet. If you're in the closet and you're watching this, it's okay to be in the closet. If you're out, it's okay to be out. Your mask, it's okay to be masculine. It's definitely 100,000% okay to be feminine. I think that now in today's day and age, a lot of people talk about sassy men and how men are just sassy these days, but if people will actually sit down to realize men are not being sassy, they're just expressing some of their feelings that they have. But because of the toxic masculinity stereotype that men nowadays sometimes have, it's viewed as being sassy. But that's just a different topic for a different time. But yeah, I think that finding who you are is definitely so important. You have so much time to find who you are. You have so much time to decide if you're masculine or feminine or what you like. You have so much time to come out. There's definitely no rush at all to ever come out to anyone, because you don't owe anyone anything except for the truth. I think that if you are lying to people about your sexuality, that's not the best. I think that a good way to go about confronting the question, are you straight, would be is if you know that you are gay or you're bi. Let's say you're bi, and another person asks you, hey, are you gay or are you straight? I think that a good answer to that would be, I'm just curious. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being curious. Everyone in the world is curious. That's why things are being made every day. Someone wanted to know how to separate two rooms. How do you separate two rooms? That's a question. You have to figure out that. You make a door. There's always going to be someone that's curious. There's always going to be someone that wants to know what goes on, and there's nothing wrong with being that. But I'm going to walk somewhere else to end this podcast really quick, because my cousin is playing music. Y'all asking questions, if y'all want any certain questions answered or my opinions on any certain things that y'all may have, any questions about. The questions, of course, will be anonymous. And if you do send a voice message, you can send it to my Instagram at k.dylan__. And I will actually be responding to them there, but not responding to them there, but I'll record them and then I'll put them inside of the video in a little prompt and let your voice be heard, and then give my feedback on whatever you have to say at all. I definitely do want to include as many people as possible in this podcast. That would just make it 10 times better to give input and to give output and get input. So yeah, but most of my actual podcasts will be non-edited or very slightly edited because I want them to be as real as possible. I don't like podcasts that feel like TV shows or YouTube videos, so I'm not going to make one that feels like a YouTube video or a movie. That's what content is for when I do post it. So yeah, I will see y'all next Sunday in my next vlog. Well, y'all will see me. Y'all will see me next Sunday in my vlog. And yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at k.dylan__. You can add me on Snapchat. My Snapchat is caleb.dylan22. I'm not very active on there at all. But if you want me to be active on there, then hey, add me. I literally just started a new Snapchat. I had an old Snapchat. I had a subscribe button and everything, but it literally got taken away. Like, I got locked out of my account and it was just too much. But yeah, I'm about to head in the house. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I will see y'all in the next one.
I'm done. Is that it all?